The Palestinian Authority has lacked a sense of broad legitimacy. And with the Arab uprisings all over the Arab world, it's exposed the Palestinians. When Arab governments are needing this public legitimacy, there was even more pressure within the Palestinian street, with people demonstrating, calling for national unity. All public opinion polls that I have conducted across the Arab world, the overwhelming majority show that the Arab people, and certainly the Palestinian people, want to see a national unity government more than anything else, and they did not want to see a Fatah only or a Hamas only government. So there was tremendous pressure, and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, in his speech in Cairo today, after the agreement was signed, was saying the chants for now are we want unity, we want unity. Tomorrow they would probably have been we want Abbas down, we want Abbas down. So clearly there was a sense that the pressure is escalating from the street. They responded in the same way that Arab governments are trying to respond to the Arab street. This is a huge development within the Palestinian camps. The issue, of course, is how will that impact the negotiations? For now, the Israelis are very uncomfortable with it. In fact, when the news first broke out, the Israelis opposed it and said that the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, has a choice between Hamas or Israel, essentially a zero-sum game. Now, as it turns out, this really is not, quote, a national unity government. And certainly there were conditions imposed by the quartet, the international community, on Hamas if it wants to negotiate with the international community. And in that sense, the kind of agreement that emerged separates Hamas from the government as a transitional government that is technocratic. Whether or not that will be acceptable to the Israelis remains to be seen. My own sense is that if the Israeli government wants to oppose this, they probably will win the U.S. Congress, and in that sense, it'll be harder to move forward. The U.S. is in a bind. The U.S. wants to move forward, but at the same time worries about the Israeli reaction. The administration have to be mindful of congressional reaction. And there is this deadline in September when the Palestinians are threatening to bring up the issue of independence in the General Assembly. And the U.S. is opposed to that as a unilateral act, wants to have a negotiated agreement. So this is going to pose a challenge to the administration. But it could also present an opportunity. The Israelis and even the Palestinian leaders, and to some extent our leaders, still talk with the same language of the past about the Israeli-Palestinian environment when the world around them is shifting dramatically, obviously in the Arab world. And now is the time for really revolutionary ideas in revolutionary times.